plan to save Gunko, and Sanji versus Saint Summers, the battle of lovers. Welcome back everyone, this is Animotion and we'll be talking about the fallout from chapter 1172. Without wasting all of your time, I would like to ask every one of you to like, share and subscribe to our channel Animotion. This really helps us out. And with that short self-plugin out of the way, let's get back into the main video. One Piece chapter 1172 was a throwback to everything that happened before this whole God Valley or King Herald flashback even began. And this was a perfect opportunity for Oda to bring up to speed every one of the fans, aka the casual fans at most, to what is going on in the current chapters of Elbaf. But that does not mean that Oda did not drop some small hints for us to dissect from. Right now we're going to go off on those small hints and dissect whatever they could mean for the next upcoming chapters. Now there was a small hint or a small implication that Brook is on his way in order to save Gunko. And we all know that Gunko is related to Brook's past. And we do not know anything about Brook's past before he joined the Rambar Pirates. So this is a perfect opportunity for Oda to showcase everything related to Brook's past and Gunko. And let's just say it is not going to be an easy fight for the Straw Hat crew this time because, well, you see, we all know that Loki just one-shotted King Herald, aka his father, aka one of the strongest person in the whole universe of One Piece. But that was a different story. His father needed to be stopped in order to save Elbaf. But Gunko is a completely different ballpark. Brook is going to do everything in his power in order to save Gunko, and Luffy is not going to let anyone harm his crewmate aka Brook. So we need to find a way in order to throw Imu out of Gunko's body in order to save Elbaf. So you see, this is not a typical arc of One Piece where we can just punch things out. Here we need to wait and use our brains and some else sort of power in order to defeat Imu. And I know all of you are wondering how we could defeat Imu. You know, there is an easy answer, and that is music. And it has been implicated a lot of times that Brook's music is being loved by Gunko, and every second, even before the whole Elbaf fight began, Gunko was listening to Brook's music. And this could be a way for us or for the Straw Hat crew to make Gunko remember who she was even before she joined the Holy Knights. Or there is a hard answer for this, and that is using the full power of the Soul Fruit, aka using the awakened version of the Soul Fruit. And you may ask, how are we going to do that? And it is pretty easy. Brook is going to really sacrifice himself this time. And by sacrifice I mean he's going to literally die this time. And this sacrifice is going to trigger a self-built mechanism in Brook's Soul Fruit that is going to throw out Imu's soul out of Gunko's body. Probably Imu is doing some kind of soul manipulation. We have seen this same thing done in God Valley and with King Herald. So in order to make all of us really believe and get invested that the final arc of One Piece is going to be really brutal and really going to be a masterpiece, Brook's sacrifice could be a starting point for making every one of the readers be aware that we are entering the final saga of One Piece. Or we could just simply awaken Brook's Devil Fruit and throw Imu out that way without sacrificing Brook. You know, we might just keep it for the future. But enough of Brook theories. We are going to straightly dive in to the power of love, aka the fight between Sanji and Saint Summers. Now, since Saint Summers was being introduced in the story of One Piece, it was really inevitable for us to think that he's not going to fight Sanji in the current arc of Elbaf. You see, they are kind of like polar opposite when it comes to love. Sanji is kind of love, where Saint Summers is a kind of person who believes in a type of twisted love. So you see, I could see this fight taking place as quick as the next chapter itself, 1173. And we could even see Sanji awaken his Conqueror's Haki, finally doing that thing everyone wants him to do after a long period of time during the fight with Saint Summers. Because if he does not know how to use Conqueror's Haki, even hurting Saint Summers is out of the equation for our boy Sanji. So you know, I really hope to see what is Sanji going to do against Saint Summers. But there was one more thing, the main thing of the whole chapter, and that was Zoro's plan. Now what is that plan? It could be pretty obvious, and that is just to, strike down everything in his path. Zoro's plan are literally straightforward, not something complicated. It's just like go and beat that thing out. And this is peak Zoro planning. And that will be it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it, and if you guys watched till the end, be sure to hit that like button, share this video with your fellow One Piece and anime fans, and subscribe to our channel Animotion. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.